Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Hi guys, Stephen R. Ford from My Ford Fortune, creating fortunes for the future. What we have for today is we're still going to stick with cryptocurrency. And this particular app is oh, AI DeFi Mining Farm. It's a standalone website, and I'm excited just to show you what's available. And of course, if you sign in, that should be a link down the bottom of my video here to join this. And I want you to go straight to crypto. Once you join AI DeFi farming, go straight into crypto and click on stake. It will bring up this app and opportunity for you. Click on stake Ethereum, and as you can see, you get 100% return on your investment minus, I think, about 20% processing fee. So you can see there are plenty of things that are happening in the crypto sector. And I got to emphasize the importance of having your own plan of how much money you want in the future, especially if finances is part of your future goal. But if it's different, hey, it don't matter. It's just depends on your goal. This is to do with your finances. And if you're interested of earning huge income in the future, you got to know your numbers. Seriously. This is from Mr. Ford from Ford Fortune. You cannot go in the future, all of us anyway, without some sort of plan or some sort of idea what that is we want to go into the future. Now, the important thing is, yes, I have emphasized this on a lot of my videos, is to make sure, have a plan. But before we go there, if you've seen this on YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube video. The point is, whenever I make some of these special videos in the future, you're going to get an information on your end that says, Stephen has made another video, would you like to have a look at it? And all my videos are basically to teach people how to generate income from the internet or cryptocurrency or finances on the stock market, or even to a certain degree with the financial market. It's like FX or CFD and whatever. But more importantly, we're going to be talking a lot more about AI, blockchain, and of course, cryptocurrencies. You might not understand it. It don't matter. You don't have to understand. Like your cell phone. You buy a cell phone, you use it for ringing and texting and watching porn on the video if you wish. But very rarely do we ask, how that whole system was created. We just use it for granted. Well, these are very simple. Just use the system and see what you can get from it. But more importantly, a goal is far more important than anything else. If we're going to go into the future without a plan, it's like going in the future with a blindfold. Seriously, that's what we're going to be doing if we want to go into the future without some sort of plan. And worse off, we'll end up chasing somebody else's plan. It doesn't benefit us. It benefits those people, not us. Why it's important that you got to have a plan. Mr. Ford had a plan. He said when he knew this important information that I learned it when I started reading books, probably around about 1997, I think, 96. And when I really devoured myself into books about finances, I realized, wow, I've been doing the financial thing or income thing the wrong way. I was chasing jobs, not realizing jobs not going to give me my financial future. And the beauty of it is the idea is up here in every one of us. And you got to know your numbers. Whatever those numbers are, it doesn't matter to anybody. If anybody comes to you and say after you have made your financial goal, you cannot be whatever that number you have written, give him this finger and tell him, get out of your way. You're just one of those dream killers. Do not let anybody destroy what comes in your mind. Your mind is very important, and that mind needs to be trained also. Even though you're going to feed it with ideas, it also gives us ideas. It's a partnership. Remember that. So bear that in mind when I'm talking about financial goal and why you need a financial goal. A lot of people tell me this, and when I ask them the questions, have you got your financial goal? Have you got it written? They say no. They keep it in their heart and they keep it up in their head. Nothing wrong with it. But I tell you what, that's a place that's going to give you a headache if you keep it up here. And that's a place that will give you an early heart attack if you keep it in your heart. They take it out of those areas in your body and just simply write it down. Write it down. Or even better, smartphones, we have a calendar on it. If you click on your calendar, that's where the date is. Click on the date, it will bring up the calendar back office. Back office means you can get behind that date, start recording what you want in those days. So the calendar also becomes your notice board if you wanted to use your smartphone as your vision board. Vision board, notice board, similar thing. But it's important that you need to see that goal of yours in the future. You need to see it every day. You cannot wake up or go to sleep during the night without seeing your goal first thing in the morning, last thing at night. Why? There's something in here. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. All I know, it bloody works. So every time we see our goal, say you pin it on your bedroom, and I will show you my goals in a moment. Mine needs to sit at the bottom of my feet on my bed. So every morning I wake up, I see it. First thing, I see it straight away. Last thing, I see it just before I close my eyes, before I go to bed. I'm programming myself to get those goals. It's how serious you got to be if you're really serious about, enjoying something you wish in the future. And that's how you can draw it to you. I'm not too sure exactly how it works. All I know, it works. So I'm applying the principle without actually explaining how the finer details, where they come from, who's going to give it to me. That, none of my business. That's the business of whoever it is. And I'm going to tell you who this entity are. It could be God, it could be the universe, it could be the whole world, it could be your, who knows, your parents that's passed on. I've forgotten what the name is, but even that could be an area, because you can't see the spiritual area. But we certainly can put things up that we desire and allow that area to see it. Like I said, I don't know exactly where it comes from. All I know, it works. And if it works, I'm going to use it. It's like a car. You can give me a car. I'll drive it, but I'm not going to say, oh, how does the wheel turn around? What causes the wheel to turn? Or what's this thing called gears? No, I just use the bloody thing. That gets me to A and B, making sure put some petrol in it, give it some services from time to time. See, I don't really care. All I care is the goal. The goal is very, very, very important. Search through what I already saved up here. Search mode to get it. Sorry, I should have had these up earlier. Now, this is a goal. Okay? If you're not familiar with goals, that was a goal I written. Yes, you can. It was a goal for 2023, but the goal was written actually in August. In fact, today's date is the 12th of August 2023, and it was around about this time I drafted this goal up. And if you have a look down here, that's my desired income. Okay, 500 million US dollars. I wanted it. I didn't know how I was going to get it. All I know is I'm going to put this desire out here into the universe and see what happens. Now, that number didn't just come to me in my head. It was a number that I was associated with prior to this moment. It was around about 2014, I think, in 2013. I was shown similar sort of number through a business deal. So all I'm taking is that sort of number in the past and made it my number that I was looking forward to in the future. So I wrote it up here. Most of these things have been achieved except a few other things. So we haven't got that one yet. The son's wedding was a success. But the more important thing that I wanted to show you was this $500 million US goal that I put up there. Again, it was just an idea. And by using this idea, I put it up on the board. Before we go further, I didn't realize at the time, but I had this other goal that I had in my wallet. I've been carrying this in my wallet for since 2012. Here's the date. And as you can see, that's my name. It's an old bank I used to have. And all I've done is taken a check and wrote myself an income. An income I didn't want straight away. I knew I couldn't get it straight away. But it was an income I desired for the future. And that was in 2012. Now, prior to that, I've been making videos just before that. YouTube videos. It wasn't a great success, those other videos, but I had just an idea again. I said to myself, I'm going to go and see if I can reach a billionaire status. And why was that? It wasn't because of my education or anything. It was just an idea. An idea that I saw the world at the time had already produced billionaires. So you can see, all I was doing was aiming to what already exists in this world. There were already billionaires in the world. I'm nothing new. I'm just a new person who say, oh, okay, I'm going to aim for that. I just aimed high. And it's around about, I guess, 2000 when that began, that idea. And I just carried that idea, just like I carried this dummy check I wrote to myself, put it in my wallet, and carried it with me wherever I went. So to me, I was just playing a game for myself. It doesn't matter what everybody says. This is just me. And the same token, why am I showing you these things? Simple. Try it yourself and see what they can come alive for you. But don't forget, it's not going to come alive tomorrow, as I said to you. If it does, hey, good on you. But mine took for, say, 1996, when my wake-up call, 2000, and to just check, of course, in 2012 when I wrote it, to today. What's the point, you might be asking? Today, I've got huge, absolutely huge amount of numbers in my favor. And that came through a process called cryptocurrency short-term trading. All that happened was this. I didn't have that. Snills. I had no idea how I was going to get it. All I had was this idea. But I had a little bit of money, about $100. So I started trading on the short-term trading. Thank God I had people on the platform ready to show me the ropes. So they were young ladies, took me for the ropes. I lost a lot of money also through scams, but that didn't matter to me. I was focusing on my goal. And of course, I took that $100, traded up to about $1,000, I think it was, with a young lady that was helping me at the time, Alina. Just a week earlier, I made a mistake and I lost $900. That was already in the account for the trade. But that didn't faze me. I just carried on. And another girl gave me another node. It's called Trading Nodes. So I said to her, hey, I'd like to use your node on my other account. So I tried it. And that account started producing a miracle. I think at the time, $100, I think it was only $86, I think. I started trading. And amazingly, I was picking winning trades. So every trade that I won, I just put all the money back in and traded it. And I keep winning and winning, all by doubling up all my investment. Then the miracle has begun. It wasn't long after, maybe a few days later, it actually reached that number. Every trade I made and won, I reinvested everything back in. It wasn't a percentage, it was the whole lot. It was a big gamble. It was a total gamble that paid off. And of course, just before my 64th birthday on March 2023 this year, I reached some incredible number while I was trading. I reached the $500 US million as my original goal. Then I said to myself, wow, this thing is really sort of paying me. So I started the idea, oh, what if I just trade the whole lot? 500 US million. First time it hit, I couldn't believe it. Straight away, I was a billionaire. 1 billion. Took that idea and said, what if I do it again? And it just kept hitting and hitting and hitting. I knew I was on the lucky streak. Why didn't I stop once I reached a few billion? Why should I when the system was paying me? It was like God saying, grab as much as you can. It's like this game I've been watching sometimes on TV. I figured it was in a casino. If somebody wins this particular promotion, they're allowed to go into a room full of $1 million, and the $1 million just floating in the air. And up to the winner to go in there. They close the door after you go in. They turn on the fan, and all the million floats around in the room. And you only got a minute to grab as much out of that million as you can. And that came into my mind. I said, yeah, what if this is very similar? Grab as much as I can while I'm in this environment or in the zone. So I just carried on betting 500 US million every 300 seconds. Every time I won. Now remember, there was a goal to reach that number, but the goal went beyond. And of course, as I said to you also, the check even told me that I was a billionaire. So my goal was actually shorter than I wrote up on the board. See, much shorter than the actual gold I had in my wallet. So it was a conflict. I didn't know at the time, but now I realize, wow, what have I done? But I wasn't going to stop. So I kept trading. And perfectly as I was trading, I had this sort of imagination. Maybe this processes of paying me out will stop at my birthday. When I turned 64. This was around about late April, coming up to the 24th of March. And I was still trading successfully every time, 500 US million dollars. Then, of course, it hit my birthday and I didn't realize it, but I was still trading. And I looked down at my results of my trades and said, oh, I'm losing. And I realized then the lolly scramble come to an end. I have had collected enough from my processes, from my goal, chasing my goal. Remember, it's the goal. It's not what I know. It's not any expertise hands. It's just a miracle when you also have a goal. When you have a goal, you will get as long as you don't give up. Remember, my goal, if you have a look up here, that's just one confirmation. It was written in 2012. Okay, I was in Australia at the time. Oh, no, this is before we went to Australia. We went to Australia 2012. I will show you those numbers in a moment. But I want to emphasize on the process of getting what you want to get. You, not me. I'm getting mine. That's why I'm sharing you these ideas. You can call me a bullshit artist, a scam artist. I'm not here to scam you because the idea comes from your head. And if the idea comes from your head, is that a scam idea? All I'm showing you is my idea. Put the ideas together. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. I took the ideas that I read from a book called Think Rich, Grow Rich. And a lot of ideas also from the Holy Bible of a lot of those successful people who took just by faith and made it a reality. I learned from the Holy Bible, Think Rich, Grow Rich. The Secret, it was a program, a video teaching people about similar these things that I'm talking about. And of course, Business at the Speed of Thought, written by one of the great in the world, Bill Gates, who owns Microsoft. Took all what they have written and used what I thought it's going to get me what I want. I didn't rob anybody. I just desired, as I showed you, something. And that something came to me. You're going to hear a lot of stories of people who manifests exactly what they want in life. Why? It's no secret. It's just ideas you apply in real life, and real life gives you the opportunity. Real life will give you an area where you can get it, whatever that is. Whatever. It doesn't have to be money. If you're trying to train for, say, for example, the Olympic, then you'd be competing with other Olympians. That's your desire. Just like if you want to be the top tennis player, that's your desire. Or your desire is to build a family. That's your desire. Money was just mine. But for you to go into your own zone, and get the ideas is what I'm really emphasizing. Anybody can do this thing. Anybody. What you need is just start with pen and paper. If you don't have a pen and paper, use your smartphone. Smartphone? Let me bring up the calendar that I was talking about. Very powerful tools, these smartphones. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a calendar somewhere in there. There we go. Oh, let the camera see it. Oh, it's a bit of hassle. Look for your own smartphone. Well, you can use that as your vision board or notice board or diary if you wish. There's so many names you call it these days. But the secret really is just learn to write your goals. Don't minimize the ideas that you get. Don't drop it to today's standard. A lot of people drop a lot of things to today's standard. Say, for example, I was to buy something for $10 today. That same thing in the future, I guarantee you, will probably be around about $100. See, that's the standard future. So we do not set anything to the standard of today. We set it to the standard how it's going to be to us or given to us in the near future, whatever that is. And that's really the secret. Learn to write your goals down. And don't minimize your goals. Because remember, we're going into the future. It has to be big. Because you don't want to go in the future and say, oh, I only won $100,000. Because you send it, that's your standard this time, this year, 2023. And if you're only setting your goal to that much, imagine it takes you, say, 5 years to reach, say, 100,000. What about every 100,000 every year? Then you're missing out, the 400,000. So the importance of making a goal, especially financial goal, set in a higher amount, very, very, and you got to do it only because it's part of process. It is a process. Just use the process and you'll be surprised what you can do. But remember, the idea comes from you. It's your mind that you're going to have to get this idea from. And if you learn from me, like Mr. Ford, add some new numbers to your financial goal if you wish. Just use it because it's an idea. Because somebody like me gave you an idea. Just like other people who gave me ideas to use. So you can see the point. Don't be scared of using high ideas. It's the reality of what life is. Right now, one of the greatest person in this life called Elon Musk, his plan is to put people on Mars. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But he's doing it. But can you see what I'm saying? Who am I to say he's crazy? But I'm saying it. But that's his goal. Can you see? Big thinking people are way ahead of us. That's why they deserve to be billionaires. I'm saying, how big are your goals hidden in here? Just get it out of there and see what you can do with it. So anyway, I did promise you I was going to show you. This is my new income. Remember, it's my income. It doesn't matter what people say. It's mine. It's my goal. It's my ideas. It's God's blessings. You name it. Whatever it is, it's mine. Mine. Stephen Chusiolaka Ford, who created it just from an idea, followed through some ideas, wrote up a dummy check, carried it in his wallet to receiving huge amount, as you can see here. That's mine. I take claim of it today in Jesus Christ's holy name. Why? I traded it. That's my number. I traded to get to that number. Fluctuations, I think, causing a little bit of high and low numbers, but that's how much USDT I have in one of my trading accounts. Not to boast, not to show off, but to show you what you can do if you have a goal. I've already shown you my goal. Oh, here we go. Here's me. See, that's me with my dummy check. It proves I own the check. I own this big number only because it was an idea. I took the idea and made it mine. Just like this idea, I traded it to that number. Now I'm taking ownership of this number and making it mine. How am I going to get it in my hands? That's the beauty. I don't know. You might be giving some to me. I don't know. All I know is that I'm taking ownership of this amount of money, $190 billion in my name, that I'm going to use for a lot of business venture that I already chatted to Mr. G about. One major one's in Australia, another one is building a sort of a copycat of what Dubai has already done, but not necessarily. We're going to have our own. Manukau Harbour. Watch this space. As Mr. Ford take ownership of his gold, that it was only $1 billion, but it's gone up to be worth $190 billion. There's records of me trading this amount of money to where it is today. It wasn't just traded. I made sure I recorded it to show evidence. Yes, it was legitimately traded on a short-term trading to these huge numbers. And of course, it was a gold. I took a gold and made it a reality. Thank God for it. But I'm happy. But more importantly, what I'm trying to say is make yourself a goal. Get yourself a vision. Use your phone, smartphone to start recording some of the things you want in the future. Do not limit your financial goal to today's standard. Remember, we're all going to tomorrow. Tomorrow is where your money will be. Not today, my friend. Tomorrow. How long is tomorrow for you? I don't know. I don't guarantee that. I do know. Just don't give up. Don't ever let fools or idiots, dream killers or families tell you you cannot be what your goal that you write. Your goal is important to you. Have faith in it, believe in it, sing it every day. Oh, I forgot to say that. So when you have your goal, look at it, see it, say it. Say that, read it out to your mouth. It's like a prayer. Say it 3 times a day. Memorize it, because you want what you desire in life to come to reality. It's yours. So you can be happy with what you create with your own ideas, just like Mr. Ford, he created his own ideas. And lastly, before I close, while chasing my dream, here we go. I ended up in the Australian prison, chasing my goal. Not chasing anything illegal. The process, when you chase a goal, there'll be some barriers on the way, but don't let those barriers stop you from reaching a goal. My jail term didn't stop me. I haven't got the money yet, people, but I will very soon. What it has given me is what I'm worth on paper. Paper. You know what I mean? What's on paper? It's like a vision we showed you, okay? That vision is mine. As long as I believe it, there'll be a process now, I believe right now, that's happening to get that money into my hands and in my bank account and continue the next phase. You might want to be surprised. So how I get all this money? Simple, it was only an idea. So only a small money that I started investing. It's actually my son's money. So I think about $3,000 to $10,000, I think it was. I took my son's money and made it. Ooh la la. But as Mr. Ford signed off, I haven't got this money in my bank yet, but I'm taking ownership of what offered today as I await the next processes to get this into my bank account, making sure it's safe, that we're only using probably the dividends, the profits from it, and that amount is not to be touched. This amount makes money. That's all it does. Makes more. It's crazy, I know, but hey, you got to have a goal. So please, don't look at my videos and be disgusted about it. Look at it and learn. Get yourself a goal. Write it up. Take the time. Think. Think. Or use some of my ideas to help you draft up your own goal for the future. We're all going into the future. We're not going backwards. So stop thinking backwards. Start drafting your future plans. Today is the only day we have. Tomorrow might not come. So if you don't draft up a plan today, you're not going to get anything in the future. Evidence, I leave with you. Evidence, I'm not lying. I haven't got it, but there it is. The vision's there. It's on paper. Paper means I own it. I can use it if I wanted to divorce the issues, but I'm not. I'm a patient man to wait for God for his next process of getting hold of this income to start drafting and drawing from. Patience is the key essence to chasing goal. Just don't give up. And just because I haven't got it in my bank yet doesn't mean it's over. It just means be patient. Say, God, thank you. I love the numbers. I absolutely love the number. That's all I'm doing these days. So what it's shown, as long as I take ownership of it. And like I said, as I close, more importantly, draft up your goal. I'm making these videos to help you, not to show off. Maybe show off what I can do, maybe a little, but nah. More importantly is to show you what you can do. If Mr. Ford is 64 years of age, can take an idea. Remember, it was just an idea. Take an idea and make it a reality. Don't know how. It just sort of evolved through time to become me trading on a cryptocurrency platform to receiving it. See, I didn't force anything. It was given to me. The young ladies that helped me, that was part of their process to get me there. Their processes, that's their life. get Mr. Alford into that platform. Then they disappear. They're like angels, making sure that I get there. Just like you. When you're giving the process in the future to reach where you're going, don't ignore it. Go with it, and you'll be surprised. You'll be very, very surprised with your goal. Do not let barriers or idiots tell you you can't be who you want to be in this life. Mr. Ford is a classic example of that. Mine is the financial. So what? Everybody's got their own ideas. Anyway, this is Stephen I. Ford from My Art for Fortune. Don't forget to subscribe to my video, please, and like it also. We love you. God loves you. And we'll see you on my next video. Bye for now.